One thing I do in the morning to like get me into like the work mode if I'm at home all day is that I don't wear like my pajama shirt. I like change to a different shirt.
Pajama shirt? You have a pajama shirt?
Yeah, just like old shirts that I don't.
You wear shirts to bed? Why do you do that?
I wear shirts to bed.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
Why do people do this?
Because I don't want to be naked.
Because it just feels.
I wear boxes, just boxes.
I don't know. It just doesn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It feels like unless I'm in a sleeping bag, I don't have enough cover over me.
Yeah, I feel really bare.
Yeah.
And unprotected.
Like boxes.
No,
boxes.
I love using the body parts as temperature control. So I put some out, put some in. You know, depending on how cold or hot I need to be.
Okay, but do you wear boxes to bed?
Yeah, sometimes naked, sometimes boxes.
I need to wear boxes to bed. Sleeping like completely naked just feels weird.
It's a getting used to thing, you know, because the nutsack is a very delicate thing to kind of like. You laugh, but
I'm laughing because
that's the main
agree.
problem. It's
I agree.
because your nuts go everywhere, and sometimes they're more elastic than other times. So it's.
Sometimes you just don't want your nutsack rubbing against your leg, you know? Like, I don't know, like, for me,
are your nuts so huge that they're like a fucking sack of potatoes? Like, oh, fuck, it's
it's
like,
okay.
I've forklift them out of the way.
when I'm not wearing a shirt to sleep, it just feels weird to feel my own skin on my skin.
No, I get that.
Like you know, it's exactly the same thing.
Like, the only time I will...
You've been, like, brainwashed.
The only time where I will go to bed without a shirt on is if it's, like, excruciatingly hot. To the point where, like, even the AC on blast isn't going to do it for me.
Yeah.
What?
To me, I need some fabric on me to stop myself from touching
the bed
myself.
sheets.
It's an embrace. You're like lightly embraced by the shirt. It's like
an extra layer of skin that you're not. That sounded really like
epidermis 2.0, right?
I feel like you're just like giving me a very shit reason as to why you wear a shirt to bed.
It's comfortable. End of story.
I don't understand why you would feel uncomfortable without a shirt on.
Okay, and another thing, sometimes if I'm not wearing a shirt, my body gets even hotter, right? Because you have like a natural body temperature, and if it's like skin on skin, sometimes it's like a loop system where it like warms itself up a bit more. I don't know if that's just me.
I think that's bullshit. I think you've got insulation.
It's like an eddy current of heat.
Surely the shirt keeps in the skin the heat more. No.
No, I mean like insulation works both ways, right? Like if you put a jacket on a snowman, right? It insulates the heat in. It insulates like the coldness in.
They actually say to preserve body heat, like in like super cold temperatures when you sleep, it's actually better to sleep naked than to wear something.
I just think that you're meant to sleep naked. I just thought that was what you're supposed to do.
Where'd you get this idea from?
The fucking caveman.
Isn't that how God intended? Like, you know.
Oh, God sleeps naked.
Why wear clothes then?
It just seems like a lot more effort to be wearing clothes to bed. Like, why are you complicating it?
Effort?
Yeah, just go naked.
How hard is it to put a shirt on for you?
I just think, why are you adding shirts into an equation that doesn't need it, you know?
Why need blankets?
So then, okay, question then.
Yeah, why need blankets?
Okay, question then, right?
Why not just sleep on a slab of rock?
I have a serious question.
Okay.
So then when you start doing the business, do you just throw the shirt off?
Yeah.
Oh, that just seems like a lot of work. I'm always ready.
It's 2 seconds. It's just boom, you're done.
When you jack off, do you wear a shirt?
Depends where I am.
It's never really a part of the equation of jacking off. I'm just like, do I have my shirt on?
I feel like I'm like the Michelin Man when I'm jacking off wearing a shirt. I feel like I'm like constricted. I'm like, fucking hell, like get the shirt off me.
What do you fucking... Do you fucking bulk up when you...
Have you never done the business with a shirt on?
I have. I don't like it. It feels like I'm in some kind of like constriction. I don't like it at all.
You don't like it?
No, it feels dreadful.
I don't mind it.
No,
yeah. Sometimes you need to sometimes it's nice.
There's a reason why, in porn they don't take they take the shirt off, It's because you want to get like...
Well, that's because they're on fucking camera, mate.
Yeah, but
Are you on camera?
I might be. Don't know what I'm into.
I don't know who I'm fucking.
Next sponsor. But it's like, when you're pooping sometimes, you have to take your shirt off.
Yeah,
but that's more of just like...
It's the same kind of energy.
Well, that's the thing. It's if it gets intense, I'll take the shirt off.
Not every poop needs to take. You need to take the shirt off.
I prefer, if possible.
Speak for yourself.
When you wake up, when you wake up, right, and you have the first poop, do you take the shirt off when you do it, or you just
No, I keep it on.
The shirt taking off poops are for the poops that like fight back.
Yeah,
it's when like you need to like. Yeah. Like you need that extra push, and
those are the poops that are like, no, I'm staying here. The ones in the morning are kind of just like, all right, it was a good night.
Generally prefer to just take it off when I poop anyway.
Why?
Not like during the day if I'm like out in like a
Why?
like a public restroom. Like, time to undress.
Connor goes for a poop and just like he like takes off like the JoJo suit, puts it over, takes off the tie, takes off the shirt,
and I'd still poop faster than Gone.
I don't know. It's just like a placebo, right? It's like I just feel more comfortable wearing a shirt to bed. I don't know what it is.
I think you've nerfed yourself.
In what way have we nerfed ourselves?
How?
I feel like you've nerfed yourself.
No, because I can poop without any requirements.
You know what it also is?
It,
as well?
it doesn't
sleep.
sound like that because it sounds like
here's
your requirement is that you need to take a shirt off and that you need to have nothing on.
I just prefer
That's literally a requirement. I can sleep naked. I just prefer to have a shirt
What if you're
on.
stranded without a shirt?
Then I'll sleep with my shirt off.
Here's a
Well,
reason
you'll be
as well, though.
complaining the whole time.
Here's a reason. Here's a reason as well, though, because like I've actually experienced this where like in the middle of the night, we're in Japan, right? Earthquakes, right? They happen all the fucking time, right? If there's a massive earthquake in the middle of the night, I don't want to be that weirdo running out of my house butt fucking naked.
You have time. You have time to grab the clothes.
Well, then why don't you just wear the shirt at that point then?
I'm not
if you have the time
I'm not
to wear a shirt escaping from an earthquake,
I'm not
why
Jason
not just
Bourne,
sleep
bro.
with it?
I'm not Jason Bourne. I don't need to be fucking ready for combat situations every fucking night. I haven't got a drawer full of passports ready to go in case I need to be deported. You know, this t-shirt is on the floor. This 1 extra second of putting on the t-shirt, which I can do on the way to the elevator or some shit. You know, I don't need to.
On the way to an elevator in an earthquake.
Bro, I'm not walking downstairs.
I just have this like mental image of just like if an earthquake happens when Connor's either sleeping or on the toilet, it's just going to be that scene from Borat all over again where Connor just like emerges like just butt naked.
Completely butt naked.
If I'm shitting in the middle of an earthquake, I'm taking my chances. I'm going to carry on doing what I'm doing. I'm not. Why would I run out? I feel like running out is just a stupid idea. Just stay in your house. Maybe, yeah, if you die, you die.
No, it is a very specific situation.
No, of course,
of
course.
like,
I mean,
Well, because when I was, you know, when we evacuated in LA, I felt like we did not need to evacuate. I felt like we should have just stayed in our room. I don't know what the recommended guideline is, but I'm pretty sure running down to the bottom floor is not the right idea.
Not using the elevator.
yeah, you can't use the
I
elevator.
ran all the way down.
yeah,
Navi ran like 51 stories.
I would say not using the elevator during an earthquake is probably like at the top of like things
Yeah,
not to do
I just
during
had
an
shit to
earthquake.
do after it, so I really wanted to get down fast. So I was
His Chick-fil-A nuggets weren't going to eat themselves.
that as well. And also, the moment that I was immediately put off going down the stairs was when we ran past the American family, and that guy was acting like we were in like a Hollywood movie, and he had like 3 kids, and he was like, "Kids, stay with me, stay with your daddy. We got to go down together as a team. Hold hands." And I was like, I'm not big in this guy's movie. I'm gonna do my own thing. I don't want to be part of this. That's when I decided.
To
I
be
was
fair,
not taking the
that
stairs.
did like it was a pretty tense situation. But the moment I heard
was
that
like,
dad
this
say that,
earthquake
I was just like,
the earthquake had ended. You know, it was like whatever. I was not really scared anymore. The building was still shaking, but I was like, whatever. It's not a big deal.
the building's
Fine.
built for it.
Yeah, the building's built different.
Yeah,
To withstand it.
to withstand those. Yeah.
So I was
Literally.
pretty confident that we were going to be fine.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever. I think I'll take the elevator. I didn't. I realized that
Don't take emergency advice from Colin.
No, don't.
I'm not recommending it. I'm lazy.
He just does it anyway.
I was just, you know, I felt confident enough that I was going to be fine. So,
Oh,
and if I died, you know, sure, I can have my Darwin Award in peace because I'm dead. So, I don't know.
I can
Just write
kind
that
of
on your
I can
grave.
kind of relate to that in like a tangential sense where you just like
You know.
willingly put your life in danger just for a bit of convenience.
I don't feel like it was in danger.
Because-
I didn't feel that way.
Because like living in Thailand, this is going on a complete tangent. But
every
like,
time you get in the car and
no.
Take your shirt
No, that's not risk. That's not risking your life. Okay, Bangkok is the only place I've lived in where people willingly risk their lives on the daily by taking a motorcycle taxi like daily in like some of the most dangerous roads in the world just to save yourself 30 minutes of traffic.
Right.
And we do that on the daily.
Yeah.
And I do that on the daily. I'm just like,
don't
that's
know.
weird when you think about it
yeah,
like that.
I can't really describe why I just wanted to take the elevator, but I think I just realized I was like, I could either walk down 70 floors of stairs or I could just risk it and take the elevator. And I think at that point in time, to me, taking 70 flight of stairs was not worth my life.
Well, I mean, I can't argue against that because I also went in the elevator with you. So.
I think it was one of those things where
I was like, good idea, Connor.
It was like Connor's going in the elevator. All right, if he's stupid enough to risk his life, I guess I feel confident enough where I'll go in with it.
Yeah,
I can blame
I'll go.
Connor if I die.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I know that I shouldn't do it, but I did. So
I mean, we ended up not going down anyway.
yeah. So what ended up happening was cosmic justice. Is that the elevator to get down, you had to go up to the 70th floor to the lobby to then get down. And when we got to the 70th floor, they stopped all the elevators.
Yeah.
So
basically, we went down about 30 flights of stairs for nothing.
yeah, I walked.
So basically, just instant karma.
Yeah,
instant karma compilation.
Yeah, it was.
Honestly.
Right there.
And then we waited 10 minutes, and the elevator started working.
Yeah,
and then
and it was no problems.
And I was very glad that I did that.
Yeah.
I literally looked back and like, what the fuck?
Yeah, meanwhile, Navi was like, went down 70 flights of stairs, turned around, was like,
But when stuff like that happens, I feel like I don't want to be that guy who's panicking and running around like all these people.
No, that's the last thing to do.
I just feel like this is
Don't be sheep.
this is this is
Wake
how,
up, sheeple.
This is how you're inviting a shitty situation to happen. And I also don't want to try my chances on the road. Because when you leave the hotel, you're just facing the road.
Yeah.
I don't want to try my chances with stuff falling or people
Well, that's
driving
the-
on
yeah,
a
that's the
road in
thing,
an
actually.
earthquake.
Yeah.
I was pretty content that my room was fine.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, whatever.
Well, that's the thing is like in some situations, it's actually more dangerous to go on the road because in the case with Japan, we have so much like electrical wiring on the roads that if those fall and snap, they can easily electrocute you. Fucking, traffic signs can come down, hurt you.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the safest place is just to probably be on the ground floor
Yes.
of a building.
I don't know, but you
right?
get way more like earthquake vibrations on the first floor.
yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
The best thing
the
to
higher
do-
up the
yeah.
building, the less you get you just get swaying if you're up top.
Yeah.
And when you're down below, you get the fucking violent shaking.
Yeah. The best thing to do is to just go out into like a really, really
I don't know.
open field.
I feel like this is a point in my life where I'm just like, I don't know if I should listen to this
Well,
advice.
Well, because the really tall buildings are built on like rolling mechanics.
Yeah.
So when the building, you fucking experienced it.
What do you mean?
The hotel we stayed in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's built on rollers. So
Yeah,
that when
but-
the earthquake happens, it starts rolling.
Yeah, but on like the ground floor, sometimes you literally don't even feel the earthquake.
No.
Right? Because there's no swaying or anything like that.
No, because you're getting like the actual fucking earth shaking.
No, that's not what it feels like on the ground floor.
Yeah, it does. You've been on
didn't.
an earthquake on the ground floor, right?
Yeah.
It feels very violently shaking.
Yeah, but it's kind of the same as being on the building.
When I experienced both in Japan, I definitely preferred in LA when the building was just swaying. I
Like
liked
I
that a lot
was
more.
literally on the street, and sometimes I didn't even notice that there was an earthquake when people.
What?
Yeah. Because there's nothing to like. How can I put this? There's nothing to put your perspective in that you're in an earthquake. You just feel like
The floor
a
is
bit
moving.
wobbly. The floor doesn't move.
It shakes.
Does
It shakes,
Yes.
but it shakes. But a lot of the times you can't actually see it moving until you look at something.
Yeah,
else.
there's nothing to
perspective.
like ground your perspective.
Whereas
to
if
be like-
you're in a building, you can see other buildings doing this.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I don't really mind
most
that.
of the times I don't even realize I'm in an earthquake until I have something to like ground that perspective, right? Sometimes like living in Japan, sometimes I just get up, get a head rush. I'm like, oh, was that an earthquake? like,
Yeah,
did you ever get
because
that?
there's so many light earthquakes. But like when
Yeah.
when you're getting an earthquake, because it used to be like just fucking. I'm like, well, shit.
My mom has this story of when she was in school, she was like running along the tracks at school. And like, when you're running, like your entire world is doing this.
Yeah.
So she was running and she was looking at the school building and then she stopped and the building just kept doing this and she realized she was in an earthquake.
Oh, wow.
And she didn't realize until she stopped because to her perspective, it's already going up and down, right?
Yeah.
But then it's I think again, it's that like perspective of being like, that's not moving the way it's intended to.
But also, I don't, the swaying and all that stuff. I don't really give a shit as long as like the building isn't falling down.
No.
Yeah.
And if I just don't want my stuff to break.
Well, yeah, that's
pretty much.
the biggest
Pretty
thing.
much.
It's
I'm
just
just
like
like-
shit falling down, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why whenever there was an earthquake, I would just rush to my like camera gear. I'm like, hold my children,
Protect!
hold. JoJo figures, please.
Me and
please.
my anime figure.
No,
Yeah, 'cause I had
Those are the real casualties in earthquakes.
I had those like $400, $500 JoJo figures that were like very finely balanced.
yeah.
That were like balanced. The weight was like this, so
Yeah.
the center of gravity was very worrying.
Yeah.
And during earthquakes, I immediately had to just like go to them if I was there. And during we had one pretty big earthquake, and I was surprised because my figures just stayed up.
Well, I mean, same
Mine
with the
didn't.
studio as well.
No, yours didn't.
Yeah.
It's weird because the figures that had fallen looked like pretty normal figures, but one that I really expected to break and didn't move at all.
Well, I mean, it's the same here as well. Like when
Yeah.
at the old trash.
I
taste
expected
office.
like Rohan to just be over.
All of these like knocked over, but the
Except
only
for-
casualty we had was fucking Mike.
Fucking Mike.
Every time I'm not at my house and there's an earthquake in Japan, I just assume my house is going to be demolished when I'm back. I'm like, everything's fucked. I have to rebuild my whole life. It's all ruined.